What's going on, everybody? John out here with you. It is Saturday, October 2nd. This is going to be an NBA 2K22 for Xbox One and PS4 player build pie chart. Now, this is for the power forwards who want to rim run and play defense. Nothing else, nothing more. Although, when you want to have Hall of Fame badges and you do this pie chart, I'm going to repeat it after the badge clip and all that stuff so you can see it again. Or you can slow it down if you ever want to see it again. You can have up to 13 playmaking badges in this pie chart. So one of the very first things you see me do is go to that playmaking attribute side and max it out completely. It's very important that you do that unless you don't like the game of basketball and helping out your teammates. Because you're going to end up with a really high pass in the 70s, you're going to end up with a 65 ball handle, and you have pretty damn good post control. So you're going to be able to spin around smaller guards and forwards and get dunks like that, and also be able to handle the ball in the fast break or throw lobs and things like that. And rim running is very, very important. This is more of a build to have Zion Williamson finishing inside and Ben Wallace paint defense. This is not a jump shooting build. You're not going to have a jump shot at all. If you're looking for something like that in zigzag dribbles, seek elsewhere, because the Sean Kemp and the John Collins is very disingenuous. Think Zion finishing and Ben Wallace paint defense. So as I put this to 99, as you see here, this does not count the +8 that you will end up getting. And +8 is a little bit disingenuous as well, but I will explain that to you. So from 95 to 99, everything goes up 1. All of your stats will go up 1. So when you get to a 99 overall, it does that little roulette wheel, and depending on how well you do, and also you have to win to maintain your rating, but depending on how well you do, you can get your rating up to 99.9. You never get to keep your rating because it just depends on how you play. So if you're playing predominantly a lot of rec games, you will never be able to keep your rating and things like that. But it's very important to know that that's a +4, but that is temporary. However, this gym rat badge is not temporary. So if you're going to play the game, and I predominantly hope that you're buying the game to play the game playing an NBA season. You're not just paying to get to 85 and then playing as you go, but that's what a lot of people do. That's what 2K banks on. If you're going to play this game, theoretically, as it's been in a lot of the 2Ks, it takes an entire season to get your player to about a 95 to a 99. I played an entire season, including the playoffs, because you have to play the season, you have to win the 16 games. If you do that in your first season, you get the gym rat badge. What that does is it gives you a +4 in all of your athleticism. So the stuff at the bottom between speed, excel, vertical, and stamina is a permanent +4 if you win the playoffs in your first season and you play the games of all the playoffs. So I believe it's 41 regular season games, half the regular season, and all of the playoffs. But you should just play the entire season, and when the playoffs, you're guaranteed yourself a gym rat badge. That's how you do it. So I picked the pie chart that has the split in defense and the split in finishing, so you can get Hall of Fame badges, because if the two have 2 splits, that means both the big splits are Hall of Fame badges. And then on this one, you want to pick one that has a vertical jump, because you're going to get an incredible speed boost, you're going to have adequate strength, and you're going to be able to do everything you need to do. So at the end of all of this, you're going to have 24 finishing badges and 20 defensive badges with 13 playmaking badges. So this is what you're going to want to do. If you have your finishing badges, think of it like this. If you have Hall of Fame badges and you have 24, every 4 badges is a Hall of Fame badge on a certain attribute. So think of it as 6 Hall of Fame badges and 5 Hall of Fame badges on defense. So 6 finishing Hall of Fame, 5 defensive Hall of Fame, and then your 13 playmaking badges can be 4 golds and a bronze. You can do it any way you want. You can mix and match it any way you want, but that's kind of how you want to figure to do this. And because you don't have a jump shot, you put your wingspan to the max so you can get the most blocking and do all the things that you want to do. So after this, when I repeated this for the second time, You're going to see that clip where it slows down on the screenshot and shows you what the true stats will be when you get to a 99. But you're going to want to do it like this. Have your finishing badges where you have Fearless Finisher. You want Unstrippable this year, because when you get to the lane, and you have good ball handling and everything else already, but nobody's going to be able to take the ball from you. And you can get dunks and layups however you want. Also, I think something that's very underrated is the teardropper. Because you don't have a jump shot, if the defense backs off on you and you push down on the right stick, you can effectively just put a teardrop in anytime you want. A runner anytime you want. Giant Slayer's nice because you're 6'9" on this. If you're going against a guy that's 7'2", you're not really going to have any problems laying the ball in for the most part. As long as you use your pump fakes and everything else that you need to do, you can have some damn adequate finishing in there, and you can get some stuff over guys as you would want to. On the playmaking side, as you're seeing here, Unpluckable, Quick First Step, Glue Hands, and Break Starter, and Downhill, Break Starter Bronze, everything else Gold. That's pretty much what you want to do. That's perfect there for playmaking. You got everything else you need. For defense, you can mix and match a little bit here. But I find with the Rebound Chaser and the Rim Protector, those are your two paramounts. You have your Intimidator also as your paramount, and you can mix and match. No, you're not going to have great perimeter defense, but if you want to use Clamps and Menace just in case you're stuck on the outside, if your guards don't want to play defense, and they also expect for you to grab every rebound, sometimes you do have to switch. And because you're as fast as you are with an 8280, when you get all that stuff done, you'll be able to switch occasionally. So I would suggest if you want to run this build effectively, stay predominantly in the paint, block those shots, be that anchor, get out and rim run when you can, and maybe stay 2 or 3 steps away from the paint. So if you need to make a long jump or a stride, you can occasionally pick up those zigzag dribblers and do everything else that you need to do. So the one thing I want to say before I close out this video is this. Yes, it's very hard to meet teammates in the rec, but the only way that you can do this stuff, unless it's Reddit posts and all that, because PlayStation's kind of taken away the communities, the only way you can really do all this stuff is by get out there and playing games. And no, you're not going to have all the zigzag dribbles and stuff like that, but if you love setting up your teammates, being a rim runner, being a rim protector, this is an incredible build. So, are you going to be able to compete against all the guys that zigzag and do things like that? Yeah, if you play smart between, being 3 to 4 steps out of the paint in and out of times and kind of managing it there, you can hold your own. But it's up for everybody else at the end of the day. This is a team game at the end of the day. It's up to everybody else to hold their end of the bargain and box out. Because when you got 2 7'2" guys all over you, it's kind of hard to get the ball. So if everybody does their job, you can do well. Peace out, guys. Talk to you soon.